Last year, what a year. We achieved national classification. We were cited by The Economist as the third-ranked college and university for the value on a return investment, above Harvard. Bloomberg ranked VSB as the #1 undergraduate business program in the country. Congratulations. But more importantly, there were 14 Villanova students who were awarded the Fulbright, 6 who were named as alternates, and these students are a testament to the high quality of our academic and cultural preparation and the support they receive for their coursework and their international experience abroad. In addition to the Fulbright, 1 student received the Gates Cambridge Scholarship, and 19 other students were awarded nationally competitive scholarships. We also welcomed 3 deans. 2 of them are here. Joyce Russell. Joyce is over here. Stand up. In the Villanova School of Business, and Mark Alexander. I got his name right this time. Who is the new dean of the Charles Widger School of Law. And also Leon Washington, who is the new dean of enrollment management, who joins us next week from Lehigh. And we discovered, and we celebrated what can happen in 4.7 seconds. In the beginning, when God created the heaven and the earth was a formless wasteland, and darkness covered the abyss, while a mighty wind swept over the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. 10 years ago this September, as I publicly accepted the role of president, I began my inaugural address with those words. The opening chapters of the book of Genesis have long held a very special place for me in my own spiritual journey. I'm intrigued with the dramatic imagery the author employs that establishes universal order and out of primordial chaos. Imagine the theatricality of that opening scene. A formless wasteland, a mighty wind, a booming voice. Woman and man are the crowning achievement of this all-powerful, majestic God. Created in God's image, human beings are given complete authority over all the earth. And like their creator, they are all-powerful, invincible, and supreme. They are the champions, the national champions. However, it is the second chapter that has long held my fascination. The setting is a garden, and God, the creator, is kneeling at a stream, sculpting a clay figure. He grabs the face and blows into its nostrils the breath of life. And with that physical, intimate action, the figure comes alive. In this agrarian faith expression, God is portrayed as a potter who molds the body out of clay. The artist God digs into the earth, and from this material shapes, molds, and sculpts the creation. He gives it life by embracing it and breathing into it. The form comes to life through the life breath of the Creator. As in Michelangelo's Sistine Chapel fresco, the limp form is given strength through the touch of God. It is this story that continues to shape my vision for Villanova. I believe it informs the way we empower our community and execute our mission. It exemplifies our Augustinian pedagogy. We continue creation by the way we shape and mold one another. Education is that breath of life that enables us to discover our potential and move into new directions. The Augustinian principles of veritas, unitas, and caritas are the materials of our creation. They were the central concepts for Augustine. They were the foundation upon which the Irish friars established Villanova, And for 175 years, they have been the ideals that continue to challenge and propel us into our future. I firmly believe that every decision we make must be framed within these values. Augustine was a lifelong student in search of truth, and the academic identity of Villanova is the pinnacle of our creation. It is the clay, the truth that we search for. As a Catholic university infused with the Augustinian spirituality and pedagogy, we engage in a discourse with the world around us to search out the truth in all disciplines. For more than 10 years, Villanova has been shaping our national reputation, and the recent recognition of our national classification has validated for others what we have long known about ourselves. In a few weeks, U.S. News will publish their annual rankings, and Villanova will be positioned with a different set of institutions. They are the colleges, the universities that are globally acknowledged for their contribution and commitment to advancing knowledge. Villanovans are creating every day. Our faculty and students are exploring and undiscovering new truths about our society, our culture, and our universe. I would like to highlight just a sampling of Villanova's search for truth. We are doing important, cutting-edge work while training and educating the next generation. It is research that has an impact on our students. It is the research of our world-class faculty. It is the research that is igniting change in our community and our world. Now, I'm going to highlight the research, not the persons doing it, because I don't want to embarrass anyone, and it is the work of creation that is important. Villanovans are working with signal analysis and processing, links to communications, radar, satellite navigation, radio frequency, identification, and ultrasound. An easy way to explain or understand this application would be by using radar to tell if an elderly person who is living alone should fall. It is like taking Life Alert to the next level. Long before Pope Francis's encyclical on the environment, Villanova has had a commitment to sustainability and the environment. Much of this work is also interdisciplinary and across department and cross college. Several faculty are studying the impacts of stormwater to develop better stormwater management practices. Research is being conducted on the impact of land use and climate change on coastal ecosystems. A project is underway to better understand the fate of pharmaceutical and personal care products in surface waters on the Brandywine. Science and engineering faculty are collaborating to better understand biofuel production from algae. Research is being done on the impact of raising CO2 levels on tidal marshes. In the nursing college, research is underway to investigate the health impacts on fracking. Villanova faculty are developing powerful antibiotic compounds that work better than what is currently commercially available and would also break down in environment and potentially solve some of the environmental persistent problems we experience with current products. We have important work going on in Villanova Law School, dealing with human trafficking and sexual exploitation, and how it is being treated in the Pennsylvania criminal justice system and social services. The Center for Church Management is developing an innovative way to apply sound business practices to faith-based institutions and various ways in which churches can meet their stewardship responsibilities through good management. The Villanova Center for Energy Smart Electronic Systems is a member of the National Science Foundation Industry University Cooperative Research Center. Along with Binghamton University, Georgia Tech, and the University of Texas at Arlington, the center works in partnership with government, industry, and academia to develop systematic methodologies for efficiently operating electronic systems, including data centers, by controlling resources and managing workloads to achieve optimal energy consumption. Research is being conducted this semester in libraries and archives in and around Berlin, Germany. The work entitled Everyday Life, Everyday Violence, Berlin and the 20th Century explores the experience and representation of violence in Berlin from 1917 to 1987, and the project investigates individual experiences as a way to reimagine this iconic city. Research is underway on gender and race, exploring women and the new politics of imprisonment. Even a certain provost has published research this year on how organizational leadership helps make the most effective decisions and studies ways in which organizations can creatively solve problems and find innovative solutions. I'm waiting. And finally, if you saw the Inquirer yesterday, our astronomy faculty are exploring the heavens, including research that is part of NASA's Kepler mission, searching the heavens for Earth-like planets. The power of creation continues. As I said, this is just a sample of the research and scholarship being done by our faculty. It doesn't even touch on student research in healthcare, business, STEM fields, psychology, the social sciences, history, philosophy, and the list goes on and on and on. As we take our place on this national stage, we will remain committed to the gospel values of justice and peace. Through our mission, the university will continue to be a place to experience and celebrate different cultures, ideologies, and orientations. Guided by our strategic plan, the university has made great strides in raising the quality of our applicants, acceptance rates, and yield rates. This year, we are boasting our most academically gifted freshman class. And every year, we have increased our financial aid commitment to attracting intellectually gifted students. This year, I've asked that we evaluate our financial aid funding in regards to how effective we are in balancing need-based aid and merit aid. While this is a positive step in strengthening our academic standing, it requires us to challenge and confront our students more than ever before, to discover things that they did not know were possible, to expand their minds to astonishing visions, to view the world through a different set of lenses, to discuss, and more importantly, to disagree. We cannot repeat what they have already learned in high school. I implore us to create rigorous intellectual climate that ignites a holistic education and that contributes to the process of creation. This does not mean piling more work on them, but it is our obligation to form the total person and find ways to do it intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, culturally, socially, and physically. This is an intellectual universe that orbits around a heart and a book. This is a universe that radiates knowledge from every corner of our campus to inform our search for the truth. Villanova ignites the heart, it inspires the mind, and it illuminates the spirit. Villanova grounds itself in the liberal arts, and our intellectual tradition demands us to explore the intersection between faith and reason with an open and critical mind. Together, we journey to be of one heart and one mind. Augustine recognized that it was with others that we find God. Based on this premise, Villanova acknowledges that only in community can we really achieve our true potential. The creation of community dwells in our spirit and in our tradition, and we know it takes time, energy, and commitment. We have and will continue to build ways to support it. The work that has taken place to transform the campus is designed to create spaces that draw people together, that encourages dialogue, and is environmentally sensitive. Renovations have been completed in our residence halls, dining areas, classrooms, study halls, and athletic facilities that support a living atmosphere that brings people together in friendship with an intellectual climate. As we complete the first phase of Lancaster Avenue development, we can already get a glimpse as to how this project will radically transform this campus. You will no longer pass by Villanova. You will drive through Villanova. Over the summer, the following work has occurred throughout campus. Mendel Hall. While there is much attention that needs to be given to Mendel, work has begun on the first part of a 2-year project in Mendel Hall to fix the roof and the air conditioning system. There is still much work that needs to occur in Mendel. Gary Hall. The 2 large lecture halls, formerly used as law school classrooms, have been converted into 5 new classrooms. Bartley Hall, the exchange was renovated and reconfigured. It's beautiful if you haven't been in it yet. Falvey. The Falvey Reading Room that has laid vacant for many years will open this October as a 24-hour study space. The miracle of it is that it finally unites Old Falvey and New Falvey. You can just walk through a door now. Austin Hall, the admissions administrative offices and the residence hall space have been renovated. Alumni Hall, new bathrooms and flooring were put in. The West End Zone work is nearly complete. It's scheduled to open in late September. Mark Jackson is already preparing for the celebration. And the pavilion. This is all depending on the Board of Trustees, so don't anybody get too excited yet. But in the planning, right now it's in the planning and design phase. The full scope is still taking shape, but we will keep the current footprint. So nothing will change in terms of the current footprint. But we're planning to close the pavilion in order to do this work, and it will roughly be a year closed. So probably from commencement 2017 to commencement 2018. The Lancaster Avenue Development Project, the parking lot around Moriarty, Griffin, Garrity Halls, now called L2, is complete, and there is a new turn lane from Lancaster Avenue. There's a new walkway from Lancaster Avenue to St. Thomas of Villanova Church. It doesn't really look like a walkway, but it is. It's in preparation for the beginning of the work on the pedestrian bridge at the church walk later this fall. That work will begin. And the pedestrian bridge is targeted to be completed by fall 2017. So this is a long project. The traffic light in front of the church and the corresponding driveway is scheduled to close permanently in mid-October. The new traffic light in the driveway, called St. Thomas Way, will replace it, which is right next to L2. Progress continues on Ithan Garage. If you haven't noticed it, you're not looking very carefully, which is scheduled to be completed by January of 2017, and it will be available for parking in the spring semester. I'm not sure of the lettering, but it will be open. Once the Ithan Garage is complete, work can begin on the new residence halls and the Performing Arts Center. The residence halls will start around January 2017 and are targeted to be completed in the summer of 2019. The Performing Arts Center currently has an approximate start date of March 2018 and a completion date of January 2020. In 1998, Villanova acquired the Conference Center. Since that time, the facility has been managed by Aramark. Last year, as we began to negotiate the renewal of that contract, we explored other companies and options for the center. With a resolution from the Board of Trustees, Villanova University has decided to take over the management of the facility. We have been working with a hospitality consultant to redesign and make needed improvements. Therefore, the Conference Center will close in November and reopen in March under the management of Villanova University. It is important to remember that all of these targeted completion dates as construction progresses is contingent upon many, many factors, including weather and conditions. You may be wondering what's going on behind Mendel. Well, SEPTA has begun work on the Villanova station on West Campus to elevate the train platform, add stormwater management controls, reorganize parking, and build a new tunnel. This project was originally slated to begin in 2006. The current tunnel will be open during construction, and SEPTA anticipates the project to conclude in fall 2017. Our master plan will continue to develop our academic, cultural, and athletic facilities. We are developing plans for the expansion of SEER, renovations to the library, the transformation of Mendel Field, and athletic team locker rooms and offices, as well as a new academic building. If I win Powerball, Palatine Hall is first on the list. The creation of community also requires understanding and respect for differences. It is important to remember that we will never achieve new levels of understanding if we are only with people who think, act, and believe what we do. We must acknowledge and embrace the different experiences that we bring to our community. For 175 years, Villanova has been a place that has empowered people. We will continue to advance this mission. We need to herald a diverse community of race, culture, geography, and economic backgrounds. With this in mind, I would ask you to help in promoting two important directives. The first is that we collectively raise our voices against sexual assault and sexual harassment of any kind, and that we pledge to rid our community of victims of violence. Villanova is working to educate and eradicate sexual violence, and I implore your help. Please join thousands of individuals across our country. It is on us to stop sexual assault. The second is the expansion of a program that has seen great success with our students and staff, and I would like to make a version of it available to our faculty. The value of Villanova lies in the quality of our faculty and their primary responsibility to educate our students. At Villanova, we pride ourselves on the teacher-scholar model. We know when faculty are engaged with the best research produced in their field, they will bring that knowledge, experience, and enthusiasm to the classroom. Classrooms are changing. The combination of global and domestic diversity has altered the demographic landscape of college campuses, and Villanova is no exception. Because we are teacher scholars, we know as this process continues, it will change who we teach and how we teach. Some of our faculty and departments may have already been addressing these issues, but Villanova can do better. Therefore, I've asked the Office of Diversity and Inclusion to develop Teaching 2020, the Intergroup Dialogue Faculty Program. The program is designed to allow Villanova professors from across the university to learn a proven and highly successful method of engaging students in meaningful and difficult dialogues. The program will be offered from May 10th to the 16th, 2017, and Terry Nance and Bridget Dwyer will be sending out more detailed information in the next several weeks. I would really encourage the faculty to take advantage of this innovative program. It will be limited, so as you get the information, really look carefully at your schedules. But I believe it can and will make a difference in the way we build our community. Throughout his life, Augustine wrestled with love. And like many of us, he searched for it in a myriad of ways. He believed that it was the glue that linked all aspects of life. We realize that love is a difficult ideal and can create positive or negative effects. It can be the source of exhilaration and also pain. It can manipulate or it can liberate. But in the art of creation, it is always the source of life. It demands self-disclosure and beckons people to discover more about themselves. Love requires us to care about the life and direction of others. It has the power to break the shackles of ignorance and isolation. For a faith community, love must be the driving force of all our actions. We cannot say that we are in search of truth, that we desire to form community, and not be willing to serve one another. Our belief in the concepts of veritas, unitas, and caritas requires action. They should never simply be engraved on a seal or words that we speak. We must take them into our hands and knead them into all we do. And like the Creator, we must share our soul with others. Initially, I imagined St. Thomas of Villanova Day of Service as a one-time event, but it has become an annual celebration. The day has grown over the course of 10 years, and it is an opportunity for our community to reach out to those around us and help them accomplish projects that they want to complete for the betterment of their communities. I know we do a number of service projects across the year, from service trips to Martin Luther King Day to all kinds of weekend habitat trips that the students do over and over and over again. But this day of service is really a way for us to collectively demonstrate our love in action. Once again, I ask you to donate your time and your talent. If you have never taken part in this day, I would encourage you to do so. It is an enriching experience. As we begin our journey into this new academic year, there are several developments that will contribute to our building a better Villanova. As of August 26, 2016, our campaign stands at $565 million in gifts and confirmed pledges. But with the close of fiscal year 16, the university raised more than $100 million for the third consecutive year, and it was a year of firsts. Nationally, alumni participation rates have been on a decline in recent years. In fiscal year 15, 8.4% was the average alumni participation rate in colleges and universities across this country. This year, Villanova achieved a new record, 27% in annual participation. Our law school received a $25 million gift from Chuck Widger to name the Charles Widger School of Law, the first ever named school at Villanova, and there are several more that it could happen to. There was a $22.6 million gift from Mr. Bill Finneran, the largest gift ever to Villanova Athletics, to support the pavilion renovation. It's just part of the pavilion renovation, but also program funds for the men's basketball program. Albert LePage donated $10 million, the largest gift ever, to the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences to establish the LePage Center for History in the Public Interest. And we received a $5 million gift from Ann Welsh McNulty to establish the Ann Welsh McNulty Institute for Women's Leadership, an interdisciplinary institute structured within the provost's office. This whole process to get to this Center for Women's Leadership, I think was one of the best examples that I have seen at Villanova in a long time. It was a real example of academic innovation, which involved many faculty and staff from across different disciplines who really co-designed the Institute with Anne and her team from the McNulty Foundation. They did an incredible job of putting all of this together. And the Conley Foundation gave $1 million to elevate the Irish Studies program to the Center for Irish Studies. The gift made during the 60th year anniversary of the Conley Foundation also names the directorship after Emily Riley, a former Villanova trustee. This gift marks over $15 million contributed to Villanova University by the Conley Foundation over 4 decades. With the campaign to date, over 65,000 alumni, parents, faculty, staff, and friends have made a gift to the campaign. Nearly half are first-time donors to Villanova. For many years, this community was served well by the members of the University Senate. This past year, I received recommendations to explore new models of university governance that retains the best practices of the Senate model while adopting new directions. Over the next several weeks, month, I will be working with the Faculty Congress, the Student Government Association, and the Staff Council to develop a new forum that will continue to address the needs, concerns, and future directions of our community. The majority of the former University Senate committees will continue to operate as they have done for many years. Working with the Provost's Office and the University Administration and Finance, I've asked for the university to create a new system for developing the annual budget. We are in the process of working through the numerous details, and the academic deans and university directors will be sharing the details with all of you as they become known. Space. Space. Space is a constant and continual problem throughout this campus. With this in mind, I've created a new position, a director of space management, who will be working with an external space consultant to address the growing needs of space. And I ask for your cooperation as we undertake this very important work, and it really is. We have so many needs that are coming at the university day in and day out, and all of it revolves around people needing space for centers, for offices, for classrooms, projects, and we do not have a whole lot of options. So we need to really carefully look at what space we have, how it is being utilized effectively, or how it is being underutilized. But ultimately, I think it will benefit all aspects of the Villanova community. Over the course of my address, you've heard me repeat the number 175. This year marks the 175th anniversary. And we will celebrate this event in various ways over the entire academic year. Officially, it is January of 2017, but we are going to make a big party all year long. And in little ways and big ways and all those kinds of things. So there's much more to follow, so happy anniversary. From the day I was elected to serve in this role, my vision for the university remains the same. I don't think it's very complicated. I want Villanova to be Villanova. We are unique and do not need to become anyone else. We know what we do well, and together we strive to do it better. In our search for truth, we strengthen our community through cross-disciplinary dialogues that are grounded in love that will serve to advance all of Villanova, not just one part of it. I sincerely want to thank all of you for everything that you do. Your dedication and commitment to Villanova continues to inspire me. As the president, I will continue to promote ways that empower you. As an Augustinian friar, I will continue to find ways to serve you. A college or university president has many responsibilities, and often I have said this is the biggest acting job I have ever had. But I'm honored to represent Villanova in so many places around the globe. But the role I cherish the most is being the face of this university. However, I remind you what I said 10 years ago. You, the faculty, administration, staff, students, alumni, you are her heart, her mind, and her soul. Let us be the sculptors who gather, shape, and fashion our unique image of Veritas, Unitas, and Caritas. Let us blow into Villanova the breath of our lives. Let us ignite the heart, instruct the mind, and illuminate the spirit. Let us continue to create. Thank you.